Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Extra Gents. It is time for another unboxing first impressions. Got this fragrance in about a week ago, but I haven't cracked it open until now. It's Secret Woods by Costume National. So this is another one that I bought from Fragrance Buy because it was just under 60 bucks. Actually pretty new. I think this came out in 2021. You can get a 100 ml size for about $10 more, but I'm never gonna use this full 50 mils, so I went with the cheaper one. So this one has intrigued me ever since it came out, actually. Really interested by it. I think it's something that's gonna be, my style of scent, something that I really like. So I'm hopeful here. Let's go ahead and crack it open, see how it is. And I do have this one linked in the description in case you guys want to check it out. So let's go ahead and just open it up and spray it on, see how it is. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the presentation really quickly here. So on the front of the box, you have the name of the house, name of the fragrance, the size and concentration. As I said before, mine is a 50 ml size, eau de parfum concentration. Nothing up top, nothing on the sides really. On the back, you have your ingredients. And on the bottom, you have your badge code. Mine is 1186A. So here we go. This is your typical Costume National bottle style, or one of their main bottle styles, I should say. You get the name of the house, the concentration, and the name of the fragrance there on the front. On the bottom, you have your badge code. It's on a sticker. And then the cap actually looks like the atomizer, so it just kind of fits right over the atomizer. And when you see it from afar, it looks like there's really no cap. So let's go ahead and spray this bad boy on, and let's see how it is, fingers crossed. Oh, okay. I haven't even gone in for a smell yet, but I can smell the fragrance already. It's pretty strong. From this distance, from here down to here, it smells darkly woody, smells incensey, has kind of a resemblance to Interlude from Amouage. Smells really good though. Smells nice. Let's actually smell it for real instead of smelling it at an arm's distance. Yeah, a little interlude-y. I mean, different as well, but it's in that style. It's in that vein. Dark, incensey, smoky, woody. There's a very slight kind of aromatic freshness off the top, but it's slight. It's resinous, a bit smoky, as I said before, actually more than a bit smoky. It's decently smoky. And then it has this vetiver that's coming through, and it's a very woody, dry, again, kind of smoky vetiver note as well. There's a little green hint around the periphery of the scent, but it's not at all the focal point. And I would say that a lot of people that smell this probably aren't gonna key in on that. They're gonna key in more on these darker kind of notes that are coming through. I mean, I get the name Secret Woods in the sense that it is like a deep, dark wood to an extent. I don't know about the kind of aquamarine colored bottle. I don't know if that really matches so well with the scent profile, but it's okay. It's almost like like juniper colored bottle because there's juniper in the top or something. I don't know. It's got a bit of a pine facet coming out, like a pine wood note, though I don't think that that's an official note in the fragrance. And it's very dark, kind of a mysterious type fragrance, quite masculine leaning for sure. I really like it. This smells great to me, but it is for sure gonna be one of those fragrances that a lot of people smell and they think to themselves, how am I gonna wear this? This is not super easy to pull off. It's not one of those hyper versatile type scents. This is definitely more of a niche type of fragrance, made for a particular person who's gonna wear it particular times. Again, not entirely dissimilar from Interlude, when a lot of people would wear that, or the people that would wear that, I should say, and when they would. This has a pretty good pop to it as well. Really strong. It's coming off my skin very clearly. When I sprayed it on, I showed you guys, I was immediately hit by that. A lot of fragrances, when you let it settle for a second, you don't necessarily catch a big whiff of it, maybe a little hint. But this one, when I sprayed it on over here, it just immediately hit my skin and dissipated. So I'm sure that, if there were other people in the room on the other side of the room, that when I sprayed this bottle, they probably would have picked that up right away as well. It's pungent. As it dries down, it starts to take on kind of a dusty undertone to it, like a little bit of an earthiness, like a little touch of green earthiness underneath everything. Still that sort of smoky woodiness I find to be on top of it, but now this green earthiness, dustiness underneath becoming much more prominent. You know, it's kind of poking through. And as well, the leather is coming through pretty strongly. It's definitely become more noticeable. And I would say as this dries down on my skin, the leather is starting to kind of creep up to that woodiness and seems like it's going to kind of overtake it as the fragrance dries. It's maybe not what I would call a medicinal leather, but it's not far off from that. So it has this, it's not necessarily animalic, but the longer it stays on my skin, the more it does actually become kind of medicinal smelling. And that's going to make it, you know, kind of remind me of a number of other fragrances out there. Just that accord, the leather accord, not the fragrance as a whole. The leather's not as pronounced as maybe like Gucci Guilty Absolute. I bring that up because a lot of people have smelled Absolute and people will say, oh yeah, it's like a medicinal Band-Aid leather. I don't bring Guilty Absolute up to say that it smells like Secret Woods, because it doesn't. Just that leather accord only. It's not as far down that medicinal path as Guilty Absolute, but it's like a higher quality, smoother version of that to an extent. Just reined in more and mixed with other things. It's really good, very interesting. And as it's morphing and changing, it's kind of like drawing me in more. I know that a lot of people have compared this to a bunch of other fragrances out there, like a whole mess load of them, but I don't think it smells exactly like anything else. The closest thing that it smells similar to is Interlude, and that's more so in that opening salvo, I feel like. As this settles down, it starts to turn into its own thing. And actually some of that almost, you know, resinous incensey smoke that I picked up in the opening, that's kind of gone away. And instead it's replaced by more of this greenery. In the opening, there wasn't so much of that, but as it dries, it comes out more, becomes more pronounced, more noticeable. And then the leather comes out and the vetiver comes out. And, you know, the resins, they stay there. But instead of being as much the star of the show, now they're kind of falling back and supporting these other notes that are coming up. And the more this stays on my skin, the more it evolves, the more it opens up, the better it smells to me. This stuff is really good. For under $60. It's an absolute freaking steal. Now, as I said earlier though, keep in mind, this is not going to be for everybody. This is not the type of fragrance that is made to be mass appealing, easily worn, not the type of fragrance that even at $60 is really a safe blind buy. It isn't, not at all. So I would absolutely factor that in if you're thinking about picking this up. If you're the type of person that, you know, Encre Noir is a step too far for you as to what you'd want to wear, this isn't going to work for you. Just period, it's not. Because this one has even more going on. It doesn't shy away from being that type of fragrance, that style of fragrance. Again, Interlude Man, if that is too much for you, don't even mess with this. But if you like those fragrances or fragrances of that style, under $60, this is killer. It smells awesome. And actually, one of the reasons I really wanted to pick this up is because a while back, I did first impressions on this one as part of a haul, but I got Costume National Homme Parfum. This is really, really good. Like, kind of shocked me in a way. I smelled it and I was like, man, where's that been? This one has a great sweetness to it, but it's like a fruity sweetness with spices that's almost like a pie, almost, or like pie filling or something. Like it has this warmth to it that just smells great. And so I wanted to get some more fragrances from the house, and this one's been on Fragrance Buy for a minute, and like I said, it was pretty cheap, all things considered. And it's one that had interested me anyway. So I was like, you know, heck with it, let's go with it. And if this one's good, if this one is good, then I'm gonna get even more from the house, essentially. And I gotta tell you, not disappointed. I'm gonna buy more of these, more from Costume National, no doubt. The performance here is good. It has this earthiness that's coming out now. Not like a rough around the edges, dirty earthiness, but like a rich, deep earthiness. And with that dustiness, it's almost like you can feel the heft, the density of the fragrance when you catch a whiff of it. But absolutely is made for people that like dark, woody, resinous, earthy, slightly dusty, a little green, smoky scents. The total package here is, for me, a home run for $59. So there we go, Secret Woods. Love this stuff, fantastic. Costume National killed it. All right, I am out of here. Let me know some other Costume National fragrances I should pick up. So far, 2 for 2. So let's keep it that way. Let's go 3 for 3. Stay safe out there. I'll see you again another day with another video. See you guys later.